Hey, check this out. I'm going to show you today how to create these yellow letters, the process I use. My name is Jason Ferrier. I'm a local real estate agent, and I'm an investor here in the Licking County, Columbus, Central Ohio area. And I've received a lot of questions and requests to kind of demonstrate how I do the yellow letters. So I thought I'd put a video together to do that. So this is what you want to produce, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So first off is the supplies. You got to have the right supplies ready. So first thing is these sheets of yellow paper. Easy, you can buy these on Amazon or wherever. They come in like packs of 500 if you want to get those. So you need that. You also need a sheet of white paper, just plain white paper or a few sheets. You need some labels for your computer, and you want to make them a little large so that you can hand write your return address in there. You can see that, but that's what you want. And then you also need envelopes. And I like these because they're peel and stick, and that's pretty easy. And you need a bunch of pens like this. These felt tip pens are handy. Okay, so two more things. You gotta have stamps. So you need stamps to mail them. I just recommend regular stamps. Just even go to Amazon, you can get a bunch of them, or post office. And you also need a list of people to mail to. And so I'm gonna show you that here in a couple minutes too, as far as the type of list I use, or I recommend. So first things first is take your piece of yellow paper and take your piece of white paper, and then you want to lay it over the yellow paper so you can see the lines on the white paper, and you want to write your letter. And sometimes it helps to tape these two together so they stick and stay in place. And then write your letter here, but make sure that it follows the lines of the yellow paper that you're using. So that's the first step in the process. Then you need to take your yellow letter, your bunch of sheets, load them into your printer, and then scan this white letter. You want to scan this into your computer. The reason why you can't scan the yellow letter is because it has lines on it. So you want to scan this with no lines, then save it, and you're going to print these. You're going to print this letter on these sheets of yellow paper that you have. So it can take a little while. It can be a little frustrating to get it all lined up correctly at the beginning, but it's worth it to make it correct. And at the end, you want the yellow letter to actually come out looking like this, so that when it prints the words between, as much as possible. Some of mine's messed up, but between the actual lines. So that's what you're going to produce after you scan it and print to your yellow letters. After you do that, once you have your yellow letter done, take your list of names, and then you're going to fill out the blanks. So if you notice in my yellow letter, it's very simple, and I have room here to put the person's name, and then I can also put the address here. So you take your list of names, mailing addresses, and property addresses you have, and the property address would go here, obviously, because that's the house you want to buy, and then the introduction, dear whoever, Tim or whatever. So if I said, if the seller was Tim Smith at 123 First Street, it would be Dear Tim, I'd write here, and then in this spot, I would write 123 First Street. So that allows you to have a template that you can easily fill out and not have to write the whole letter over and over again. Once you write the letter, then you can fold it neatly, stuff it in the envelope, and now you need to address the envelope here with the mailing address of your lead or your prospect. Put the mailing address here, and in the corner where you put the return label, that's where you'll use your return labels that you made. So you can do the same process here as you did the yellow letters as far as scanning and then you just want to duplicate this square into all these squares and print out a bunch of these and then peel them and stick them. Do not use like typed labels. They don't look as authentic. This one looks much more authentic, and you don't have to write the address 100 times. If you do the labels, you just stick it. So much easier. So you do that, and then add your stamp, and then you mail it, and it's really that simple. It just needs to be done over and over and over again. So I'm seeing about a 3.1% response rate right now for these letters. I've seen up to 5% depending on the list and the area I target and the asset, but that's what I'm seeing right now, and I think it's a pretty good response rate. So if I mail 100, I can expect I'm going to get 3 calls, right? And then generally speaking, if I can get 10 people to call me, I'll have maybe 3 opportunities from that are solid, and then a deal out of those 3 that I can actually make money on and engage somebody with to help them. So that's the process. It's definitely not complicated. So content, what should go in the letter? Well, if you read my letter, it's really easy. It basically says, hey, this is my name. I'm a local agent and an investor, and I noticed your house and would like to talk to you about buying it. Give me a call. That's all it says. I do disclose that I am an agent, and that's important, at least in Ohio, and you have to check your local laws, and you should definitely check your local laws or your attorney if you're unsure, but I did put that I am a real estate agent. So that's a simple letter, but it works. And as far as the list go, who you should call, who you should mail to, what list you should mail to, where I started was the tax list. So if you go to your local county and contact them, they should be able to give you a tax list of every property that is behind in their property taxes. And it should have the owner, their mailing address, whether or not they're an absentee owner, obviously the property address, their name. If it's an LLC, it'll be there as well. And that list can be very powerful. If you search for the areas and the zip codes within that list that you want to market to, maybe even some of the assets classes, like if it's multifamily or residential or commercial, market to, you can sort the Excel file based on that. And it's free. So that's how I got started, and it yielded several deals without me really having to get scientific with the list. So that's where it is. It's obviously this whole process has produced results for me. And if you have any questions, let me know.